Hey guys, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise and I'm coming at you from a little bit of a different spot. It is late at night and I figured why not film a video because it's literally the perfect timing. Back behind me are actually where I keep my betta fry, and it's about that time that they leave the nest and go to their forever homes. So I thought, why not make a video on how to ship and package away a betta fish, because I'm about to start putting these guys up for sale and I'm going to be shipping them out. So I figured, why not show you guys how to do it, just in case you are thinking about breeding or ever want to breed or are, you know, a little bit just curious in general about how you do it. That's why I'm making this video. And of course, I am just going to be simulating like how you would do it. I'm not actually gonna package up and send away a betta tonight, but I am going to simulate everything of like how it is done so you guys can get the perfect ideal image of how everything goes. Okay, so first of all, also I'm going to be showing you for the like how you would do it for like the summer, but I'm also going to tweak it so you can also know about how to do it if it were in a colder month. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to need, of course, is a box. And with my boxes and things that I ship out, I like to paint them. I like to paint them my company or my brand colors, which one of them is pink. So I like to paint all my boxes pink and write fragile on them and live fish. Now depending on the box, it will be like a tad bit different. Most of them say live fish and fragile, and some have a little picture of a fish on them that I have stenciled out. That I actually drew myself, or I'll just put some cute polka dots because I am very girly and this is my brand and that's just kind of how I want it to be. But whether you choose to paint yours and make yours all cutesy or not, it's personal preference. I like to. You still need to have something written on it, such as live fish, fragile, handle with care, and things like that, because if you don't, and even sometimes if you do, just because there are very cruel and heartless people in this world, people will not handle the fish very carefully like they should be handled, and that is obviously very unfortunate, but just so many people do not care. So you need to at least put these warning signs on them so that your postman will know to take extra caution that there is a living, breathing creature in the box. So besides your box, you are definitely going to need bags to ship your fish in. So I can't necessarily show you the bags right now because I just looked and they are behind this and I am not strong enough to move it. So I'm going to have to get someone to help me to do that tomorrow. But as for bags to package your fish, you are going to want to have them just like you do, or just like the people do at a pet store, because those bags are obviously what, you know, what you ship fish in. And luckily I worked at PetSmart, so like I could know what brand that they use. You can look them up and literally buy a whole bunch of them. So that is what I've done. You can just like go in your local PetSmart, ask them, or you know, whatever pet store that you have around, and do that. They're not that expensive when you do them wholesale, so, or in a bundle. Yeah, that's the word. So that's what I would definitely do. And so that is obviously what you're going to need for a bag. You're going to need things to wrap and bundle your fish up in the box. Now depending on what month it is going to kind of vary on what will go in your box for shipping, because if it is winter time, then you are going to need a lot more insulation and like packaging than if it is summer. And also if it is winter, you will probably most likely, actually not even probably, most places are really cold in the winter unless you're like in Florida, and then Florida still gets cold, so you're going to need a heat pack. Heat packs will definitely help keep the fish safe. They're kind of expensive, but they're very necessary. It's one of the more expensive things that you will need to ship fish, because getting boxes and getting the packing supplies to use as tongue-tied, insulation for the fish are really not that much at all. You can literally scrounge these things up around for free. So all you would really need to do is go to eBay or Amazon and look up 48-hour heat packs, because you're not going to want 24 hours because that is of course only one day. You are going to want at least a 2-day heat pack, just to be on the safe side if you do 1-day shipping, and then totally to be on the safe side for 2-day shipping. So that's for the winter. But if it's not the winter and it's just the summer, then all you'll really need are the insulation things, which you can use styrofoam, you can use tissue paper, you can use newspaper. Any of that stuff works good, and I have some right here to show you. Here's one example. It is bubble wrap. Bubble wrap is great, especially when you physically wrap it around the bag that you're shipping the fish in, and you can like stick it in there. That's what I would do. I would take whatever you have and like wrap it around the actual bag with the fish in it, as well as just stuffing it in the box. So one thing is bubble wrap, and then also we have newspaper. So newspaper, of course, also really comes in handy, and just packing a whole lot of this stuff up in the box around your fish will provide for very good insulation and packing supplies. It also helps for not sloshing the fish around, because it does provide that little barrier in between the fish and the open space in the box. So another thing you're going to need is some really good tape, and not just like masking tape or whatever. You need good packing tape, like this one that is by Scotch. This one's really good, and you want to make sure that you get that box closed really well, because once again, some people are not considerate and they will throw around the box. You don't know what the box is going to be going through, so you don't want it to become open. So yes, you need really good packing tape. Another thing that you can have, it's optional, but I personally love to send this out with all my betas, is a thank you note. I have these right here that I cut and personally send out to everyone who has been so gracious enough to buy a beta from me, just because I want to thank them personally for buying from me, because it really does mean a lot. So I always put that in there. Another thing you'll need, which this is quite simple, is a note card or something to address your box with, which I would tape up really well, also like on the top of the box. But those are some essential things you'll need for the inside of the bag that contains the fish. Now this is something that I was kind of unsure of for a while, because I would notice it a long time ago when I didn't really understand what the actual reason for this was, and that is not putting tons of water. Now, like I said, at first I didn't really understand why, but once I really got explained to it by people and got more into the hobby and into the breeding lifestyle, I realized why less water is best for shipping, and that is so the beta doesn't slosh around the bag a lot. And so with the less amount of water, and you still have a lot of oxygen, and they need the oxygen to breathe, so that is good. Your beta will not like slosh around all over the place as much as if it had a lot of water. Now you still want like a good little amount for them to be able to swim and move a little bit, but you don't want to overbear it. That is one condition where you need lesser amounts of water. Another good thing to add is just a little bit of stress coat and Indian almond leaf extract, depending on the situation. The Indian almond leaves are definitely kind of a preference, but I do think stress coat is very important to add to your bag to help the fish be all happy and not get super stressed while in its transit. But basically, it's really not that hard to ship a fish once you get the hang of it. It's actually quite simple, and it's really easy just to go drop them off at the post office. I live in a really small town, and whenever I first started shipping off fish, they were like, this is the first time in over 20 years I've ever seen someone ship off a fish. But the post office definitely will do it, and it is very simple. At first, I was really scared and had a lot of anxiety about it, because I thought, are they going to let me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's actually really simple. All you do is you go and you bring your fish in, and you just tell them that you want to ship it, 2 to 3 day priority shipping, and they will easily do it for you, just as long as you put fragile and live fish, because that's going to be really important for your fish. And if you use the tips that I told you, which would be box, the good bag, twisting it up, tying it with 2 rubber bands. You'll need rubber bands, and I would definitely tie it off twice, and even put the fish in 2 bags, like put it in the bag and then put another bag on top, because you just want to be as super safe as possible. So 2 bags never hurt anything, it just makes it safer. So you'll have your 2 bags with double rubber bands and your packing material, so newspaper, styrofoam, bubble wrap, and wrap it around really tight and pack your box and then tape it all up, and you should be good. And it's really that simple. It is really, really simple. And I really do hope that you learned something from this. But yeah, I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. And I'm about to insert some pictures of some of my betta fry, of their like professional photos that I've done, just so you can get a good look at them in this video, since I know this was more of an informative video and you didn't really get to see my fish up close. I thought pictures would do you some good, so you get to see some of them. And yeah, so I want to insert those right here. And yeah, other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I really hope that I taught you something and that I could help. And if I did, please give this a big thumbs up, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right here. And you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right here. It would mean the world to me if you would do so. And I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.